Good day, children. Children, today I want to talk about the topic the rich lady and the artist. Sometimes we get some strange sort of stories about some of the persons, and this is really applicable here in this chapter. There is one rich lady, and she wants a painting. She wants painting of herself. I mean, she wants the picture of herself well painted by an artist. The artist works here very hard, and then when it gets ready, he calls back the lady who had assigned this work of making a portrait, painting a portrait of her. When she comes back to the studio, she is not alone. She has brought a dog with her. Dog is with her because she is very fond of it. In her opinion, her dog is the cleverest and wisest in whole of the world. When the artist intended to give that portrait to the lady, before accepting that portrait herself, she showed it to the dog. Very lovingly, she calls Tommy, darling, look at the picture of your mistress. But what she finds that the dog does not show any interest on the portrait. She gets a bit stiffed, a bit annoyed. And then what happens that she outrightly rejects the portrait to be taken to her home. She turned back, she gave back that portrait, that picture to the artist, and said that if that picture was not being recognized by her pet dog, her darling dog, her very loving, affectionate dog, it means that the portrait is not well made. The dog is unable to recognize her portrait. That's what she came to the conclusion, to find that the dog was not either shaking, wagging its tail, nor its looking at portrait proper. And on that ground, the lady decided not to take the portrait, the picture. The artist was a very wise man. He knew different kinds of behaviors and treatments of the rich ladies, and so he suggested her to come next day. He was quite sure that next day he would make the picture in such a way that the dog won't only wag its tail, rather it would start leaking also. The lady got relieved. Her anger disappeared for time being till she would see the next picture next day, and then left the place. The next day, since the lady was already called by the artist, she came to the place again with her Tommy, again with her that dog, and this time really, as it was the confidence of the artist, it not only wagged, not only shook its tail, rather it started licking with all delight, with all taste to the portrait of her mistress, of its mistress. The lady was very much happy, and so she was ready to give any amount of money. The artist also, after all, was an artist. When he looked at the influence of his painted picture of the lady, when she praised a lot, saying it was very wonderful, it was very beautiful, the artist demanded a very heavy price, huge price. But the lady, after all, was very rich. She didn't bother at all about the money, and she awarded the artist as much as was demanded. After the departure of the lady, the artist was very happy. He laughed boisterously. He laughed with his all high sound which he could have created. Now, children, at this place, when the story is almost on the verge of the end, do you know why the next day this dog licked the portrait? The artist has already mentioned it, that he had rubbed the juice of the meat piece upon the glass, upon that portrait. And you know it, that the dogs are very fond of meat, its scent, its taste, and so because of the artist's that trick, it started not only wagging, rather even licking to that portrait, that picture of the lady. In this way, what you find, that the lady also was very happy and this artist also very happy. This is what is a kind of humor. This was the ability of the artist to make the picture in a very amusing and comic manner. He rubbed the juice of the meat and then he got as much money as he could. So this is how you find that a humor has already been created here in this chapter. Any student or any person who reads this story, he is bound to have a boisterous laughter, and if suppose the man is very serious, still he won't live without smiling at least. So this is what you find, that because of the wisdom of the artist, he was able to satisfy his customer, and at the same time he was able to get the money as much as he wanted. The children, it's very necessary to be humorous, because this humor has the ability to present anything in a comic way, in an interesting way. And so everyone likes humor too much. And wit, you have already come to know, wit is also very close to humor, but wit is a quick and pert answer, I mean inventive answer, which again happens to be very interesting to the listener. It even if it may be a bit harsh on the listener, but he or she gets some rapture, some enjoyment in it. This is how you have to understand the wit and the humor through your chapters. It's all right. Thank you very much. We will convene together next day in next video. Thank you very much.